Serena here. So I'm going to give you a look inside how to create a curriculum using the Thinking Tree books. This gets asked a lot. There's no one way of doing this. That's the beauty of the Thinking Tree and Funschooling, is that you make it to fit you. So please do not take what I say as the way you got to do it. This is just one example, and I hope that it inspires you to create your own and to just create something that's going to work for yourselves, not only on a family level, but a personal level for each of your kids. And for yourself too, because when the kids are happy and they're doing a good job, then that makes our job as parents a lot easier. So first thing that you're going to want to do is check out www.funschoolingBooks.com, because all of the books from the Thinking Tree, Sarah Janice Brown, the creator, they're all there and they are all categorized for you. So definitely go check that out. All of the books that I'm showing you here, I will have videos for them on my channel, so you can see that as well. I'm not going to be giving you a thorough look at each of the books as we go, because literally this is a mountain of books and there's some you can't see. And if I did that, this video would be way longer. So first and foremost, you need a journal. So there are so many journals that you can choose based on the age of your child or their abilities. So when you're going through trying to find a journal, just watch videos, read the descriptions, that kind of a thing. Take advantage of what other moms have already put out there for you to see, and that will help you make the best decision possible. So I'm going to be showing you the books that my daughter's going to be using for grade 5 this September. So the first is, this is her main journal. This is a big one, 400 activities, as you can see, very big. And this is going to be used by her throughout the entire year. There are all sorts of different pages in here, from journaling to world news, travel dreams, geography, book of the day, so copy work, that kind of a thing, planning pages, Bible reading, nature study. Of course, this is a devotional, so this is a faith-based book. There are plenty that are secular, if that's what you're looking for. So this is going to be her main book, and she's going to do anywhere from 5 to 10 pages in this 2 to 3 times a week. Now, our homeschooling works to being usually a 5-day-a-week kind of a thing, whether that be Monday through Friday, Tuesday through Saturday, Wednesday through Sunday. It varies all of the time, but we usually have 5 days. So if she's using her main journal for 2 to 3 days, she's going to have these 2 journals to use in the other 2 to 3 days of the week. And this is just to give her variety. She loves horses, so we've got the homeschooling journal for horses. This is a bigger one as well, so you could totally use this on its own for the full year. You just wouldn't want to do maybe as many pages in it. And this just has a lot of horse illustrations and different things that are pertaining to horses. And then the third journal that she's going to have to pick from is the All About Animals journal. And this one is so cute. Definitely could be used repeatedly by your children, because they'll always have different movies that they'll be talking about, or different math problems, different story writing, different copy work. Everything will change, right? So you could use it over and over. So those are the 3 journals that she is going to have to go through. So why are we giving our grade 5 student 3 journals to go through and not just one? Simplest answer is she really likes the variety. So she is the kind of kid that likes to choose different things a lot and change things up. And so instead of trying to put her into a box and making her only choose through one, this is just what works for us. You can totally get away with one, do it. If not, you just know that you can do that. You can have multiple journals on the go. We do. So in all of these journals, at the very beginning is a page where it looks like this, and you're going to fill in the library books. This is where the learning comes into play. So the journal is like a prompt for library-based reading. So you can decide topics going into the year. For example, this year we're going to be learning about our country, our province. We're going to be learning about the oceans. We've got some stuff on earthquakes. I'm trying to think off the top of my head. We've got quite a few different subjects, and so my children are going to be able to choose books within those subjects. On top of that, so say like 50% of the books that they choose are going to come out of the topics that I've selected. They have the freedom to choose the books, but I get to control the topic. So there's still freedom in there that they enjoy. And then on top of that, they're going to have fictional books that they get to choose from just for fun. And so just to give you an idea of some of the books that my daughter has chosen, just to hopefully give you an idea, like it doesn't matter It doesn't matter the topic that they choose. And so with those books, we're going to be using them for copy work. We're going to be using them for vocabulary and definitions of those vocabulary words. We're going to be using them for out loud oral reading, all sorts of stuff. So even though they are fictional, they are still a huge part of our curriculum. Now on top of those books, we've got some other ones here just to kind of show you. We're going to learn about poems. This is having to do with our province. And then here we always have a rule where you have to have at least one book about the world. And so this year my daughter's going to actually choose this one. So she'll be learning about something new every day when she does her reading time. So that's to give you an example. If you're faith-based, there's a lot of different books that you can choose. Saints of the Day, this will be something we're all doing anyway, but C.S. Lewis is also a really good author if you are faith-based. Okay, so there are some ideas on the books that your kids can choose, just so you can see that it really can be anything, okay? Next up, we have math. So these are 2 math books that my daughter for grade 5 will be using. Math Mysteries, although it has some cute little characters on the front, it seems like maybe it's for younger kids. Because your kids get to choose the equation numbers, this can be for any age, okay? Bigger kid, bigger numbers, smaller kid, smaller numbers. Easy peasy. So this is going to be her book. There is a video on this one that you can check out to see it more in depth. Multiplication games, this one's awesome. Every left-hand page of the entire book is your multiplication table that they fill in. Repetition is the key. Okay? And she'll be getting multiple ones of this as she goes, every year. Every year. Another one that we've got just for variety's sake is the Bible Games Math and Spelling. This is a really small book. It's not meant to be on its own. Fill in the multiplication tables, do a Bible verse and a math question pertaining to that Bible verse. Okay, so it kind of just ties it all in. So a book like this, and some of the other ones that I'm going to show you here, these are ones that she can grab anytime she wants. Okay, I'm not going to be like, oh, you have to do this one a certain amount of times a week. The only ones that I'm going to say you have to do a certain amount of times a week are her journals. Okay, everything else is going to kind of be, and say multiplication games. Okay, will be something that she has to do every single week. So we also add in other math products because we want a really good math base. That's just to give you an example of other things that we would do. So we would have a day where she does a few pages out of each one of these ones, and then the next day she would do this one, or the math games, or math mysteries, okay? Then we get into reading and writing. So for your language arts. So reading, obviously a big part of it. So reading time I think is essential. It is a book with 2 pages throughout. I have a video on this book. Definitely check it out. I get into detail about how we use these. This is something that we buy repeatedly. As they finish a book, they do a book report. Easy peasy. I keep saying that. And this just keeps a record of the books that they read, and then it gives them the opportunity to really dictate how that book was, and if they enjoyed it, if they didn't, what they liked, what they didn't like, and to do some vocabulary and definitions as well. Okay? Highly recommend reading time. Highly recommend it. I know sometimes there's books where there's 2 pages that are just repetitive, and people think, wow, why would I want a book that only has 2 pages? So definitely go check out the video on this one, and you'll see just it's worth its weight in gold. Seriously, even though it's only 2 pages, I'm promising. Okay. Then from there we get into creative writing. Creative writing is a big deal in this house. Number 1, it's freedom. Number 2, it's fun, and it's so creative, and it just forces creativity to come out. And so it is a very big deal. And so my daughter and all my other children have multiple ways of being creative. And this is just the 4 books that we currently have for my daughter. So this is her secret diary book. I do have a video on this one. Cute illustrations, place to write. Poetry writing journal. Again, cute illustrations, places to write. And the reason that she's got so many is, again, variety. This is the all about animals one. Cute illustrations on the left, writing on the right. And then this one might look like it's for little kids, and it certainly could be, but the illustrations are so nice and they just spark creativity. Okay, perfect. Then, if I don't lose this pile on my lap. Okay. Then we've got spelling time. So this kind of goes into all of our language arts still. So this is another book that she can pull from whenever she'd like. And this just goes through different vocabularies. Fill in missing letters and coloring them in. going through the whole alphabet. And these are bigger words. You know, I'm under B right now, and we've got burglar, calendar, careful, category, changeable, citizen, collectible, conscious, convenience, criticize. Like, these are big words, okay? So this is for the older kids for sure, but if your child is really good with their vocabulary and they're a bit younger, go for it. Like, there's no limit. I basically want to really impose that here. I really want to get that across. There is no limit to these books. There is no set category. There is no set age, nothing. It's just, you know, Sarah kind of gives you an idea of, you know, this might be good for kids 6 to 9, but if your kid's 5 or 10 and really likes it, then go for it. Like, there's no rules. So don't feel like if it says an age that you have to stick to that. If you watch a video on one of these books and you decide, well, I think I kind of like that for a kid that's out of that age range, go for it. And perfect example that I can share to you for that is this, the 30 Bible verses. On it says ages 6 to 9. My daughter's 10, and I have one for me, and I'm nowhere near 6 to 9. So this book, yeah, it has, you know, cute little illustrations in it. It's definitely more geared towards a little kid, but the information in it is awesome. And I really like this one for going over a word analysis and then your Psalms and your Proverbs. And I love that it's always changing. Strength, hope, okay? And so this is something we're gonna be doing together as a family every Sunday. So this is just something that, even though it says ages 6 to 9, can be used out of that box. Next up, continuing on with the different variety of things that I'm providing for my daughter for creative writing, is this one. These are just writing prompts, all sorts of different things. Okay. Again, just, it's going to be set aside for her. She can take them whenever she wants to. Another one that I have for her this year is the devotional and doodles 31 days, letters from Nora. I have one of these for myself as well. We're going to be doing this together. And I have a video on this as well. So this is just going to be something that, again, really good for alone time, but we will do it together. And then spelling time is another great one to have on hand for your language arts program. Basically 3 pages for everything. This one, let's say February fun. You have your poem with certain words that are bigger than the others. You color those ones in, and on the next page you fill those words in because now they're missing. Easy, but fun, okay? And it goes through the entire year with all of the different months. So this is a really good one as well that, again, she can pull from. If she's like, if I say, okay, it's time to do some creative writing, she can grab any of the 5 books that we have available to her and use whichever one she wants. If I say, hey, Kate, it's time to do some vocabulary, she can grab one of the 4 books that we have for her and do it. And so these books might last her more than the year, or she could use them all in the year. I'm totally up for either way, as long as she is focusing on her work. So hence the variety. So here's another one that we've got. This is the tea time prayer journal. Again, same kind of idea here. Fill some prayers in there. What do you want to be known for? There's always these different questions. Bible time, change the world, make a list of things you can do to make someone's day. Again, this is the kind of book that you buy over and over as they fill it. So one of my favorites for sure. Another one for us together as a family on Sundays is the Bible Time Kids. She can grab this any day of the week if she wants to, but we will be focusing on it on Sundays. Gives you a passage to read, or you can choose the passage that you want to read, and then you talk about it. Okay? Now, this is one of those books that she will be doing every single week, along with the multiplication games and her journal. This is going to be one that she has to do twice a week. And this is the Spelling Time Level C. There's 2 other levels to this. I have a video detailing this pretty good, so check that one out to see this, because this series, the 3 books, is awesome. Absolutely awesome. Okay? And it goes from ages 3 all the way up to 10 plus. And so this is going to be a really good one for her, and it brings in geography, science, animal studies, musical instruments, kind of the whole gamut, okay? So this will be another one of the ones that is required doing 1 to 2 times a week at least, okay? Now I've got 2 more here that will be required every week. So this is the 7 Amazing Continents. This will be something she has to do at least once a week. I have a video detailing this one pretty good as well, so go check it out to see all the inside of this one. Another one that she will have to do every week at least once is her nature study journal. Again, I do have a video up on this one too. Now, I'm going to get into some that she does not have to do every week. These are going to be fun ones on the side. She can choose to dive into them anytime she chooses. This is just for that variety aspect that I mentioned. So we've got Picturing the Past, which is a full color art study. We're actually going to be pairing this one with this kind of a book, and you can get any art kind of book that you want. This one is about paintings, obviously, so we're going to be learning about the paintings in this book with the art study, and then we're going to be trying to recreate as best we can the artwork and use as best we can also the materials that the artist used. So that'll be a really nice way to learn about that. Another one that she can grab anytime is the time travel history. She loves fashion, so I anticipate she'll be using this one more than she's not using it. How to make money is another really great one. All sorts of questions to ask about different professions. Okay. For an older child, like a teenager, this could be a regular thing, like every single week. And as she gets older, I anticipate that's kind of how that will work. But she's got it for now, so she's a pretty good reader, even though she's only 10. She's reading high school level at this point, so that's why she has this variety, because if I give her only things that I think would be for her age group, it won't be enough. This is a fun one to throw in there for home economics. Okay, this will be something we probably make something out of it once a month, and maybe more often, I don't know, that's just kind of the plan right now. And then the last one that I have is Pignapped, from factory to farm. So from factory farm to family farm. I can't talk today. So this is going to be a really good one for her to do over the course of the whole year as well. So she can grab it whenever she wants. So there you go. I mean, I just went through a ton of books. I hope that was not overwhelming for you. You do not, like I said, you do not need to use this many books with your children. I just wanted to show you what is possible. And if you have the budget and the ability to have a bunch of books like this, then you can kind of do what we did, which offer as much variety as possible. I would say 50% of the books that I just showed you can be used next year as well. So she could easily get 2 years of learning out of these books as opposed to using them all throughout the year. And I'd say of the books I've shown you, there's roughly, what did I show you, like 20 of them? Of those, 6 of them will be books that she uses every single week. And the rest of them are just for her to grab whenever she wants, to have that little variety and to have just something a little different to reach out to. And all of this, of course, happens on top of the things that we will be doing together, which, you know, science projects and our religious studies and field trips and all sorts of things like that. So I hope that this has given you a little bit of information about what's possible with the thinking tree. And if you have any questions about when we use things, how we use things, that kind of a thing, please feel free to comment and I will do my best to answer your questions. Check out www.funschoolingBooks.com to see all of these and so many more. They are all categorized for you, which makes it easy to kind of go based on age or ability. And again, there are so many wonderful books to choose from that you basically have free range to for any subject. There's Minecraft books, so much to offer you from the Thinking Tree. So definitely go check them out. We are, as you can tell, pretty big fans of the company, and we love having that freedom to teach our children in a fun way, that learning is still happening, even though every single person who's doing it is enjoying it at that moment, instead of it being rigid or you must do this at this time. That box has completely been blown open and they can do what they want when they want to do it. And with this variety, they don't have to worry about getting bored. So thank you for watching. I know this was a long one. I'm going to end it now. And again, any questions, just let me know. Thank you for watching.